Alrighty. Hello, everybody. This is Queen FNAF, and today we're going to be trying a game Michaela Laws made called Seduce Me, the Otome. Call it fate or call it coincidence. That one moment of violence started a chain of events I will never forget. Rain. It's been a long time since we've gotten rain around here, but it is April, so it's not exactly that surprising. Personally, I love the sound of it, the way the raindrops fell, like the soft tapping of fingers. It was so soothing. Even looking at the droplets hitting the glass of the window was strangely calming. For this reason, I felt lucky for having a seat next to the window. I spent more time staring outside than I did paying attention in class. The lectures in class were pretty boring. Miss Phillips' voice was passionate, but I just wasn't interested in what she was saying. And since it was the period right before lunch, all I could think about was doing other things. Honestly, I didn't really care much for economics. Sure, I had good grades in this class, but it was only because I read the textbook and did the assignments PM on PM time. I was only taking class because it was mandatory. If it were up to me, I would have taken another course. Luckily, it was my senior year, so after this semester would mean the end of high school courses forever. Thank God for that. I didn't hate high school. It was just mundane how the days drifted on as if there were no end to it. The only thing I really enjoyed about going to school was meeting friends and hanging out with them. That was kind of it. In short, I was done with high school. The start of second semester brought a note of finality to it. I had already applied at a few universities the semester prior, and I was expecting replies sometime in the next few months. It seemed like the start of something that would change. I stared at the faint outline of raindrops in the distance. For now, I was stuck in this class. Miss Phillips' raised voice interrupted my train of thought. Just when I was thinking about class, I quickly turned my head to face the teacher. Hopefully she didn't pick me just because she noticed that I was spacing out. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I read about that in the textbook last night. It should be the Black-Scholes model formula. Anderson. It followed me wherever I went. Most people didn't really know me by my first name, but rather by my surname. No doubt, since the surname was the trademark of the internationally famous and philanthropic Anderson Family Toys, the founder is my grandfather. Suzu, one of my best friends, turned around and proudly gave me a punch to the shoulder. From beside me, I heard Naomi, another one of my best friends, clearing her throat in obvious disapproval of Suzu's choice of words. Suzu rolled her eyes and slouched into her chair as Naomi gave her a small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed her up. Before I knew it, Suzu and Naomi had scooted their desk to align with mine, and we turned into the Three Musketeers. Whenever the teacher let the student decide on groups, we always grouped together in our little trio. It was a sheer stroke of luck that we all managed to be in the same class, so we had to at least take the opportunity and stick together as much as we could. Besides, we were most comfortable around each other than around any other classmate. It just made sense for us to put our heads together for any kind of project. I took out the poster we were working on and rolled it open onto the three desk. We are pretty much finished with fulfilling most of the guidelines for the project, though we did still have to add a few finishing touches here and there. After working on making the poster a bit prettier, we sat back and inspected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues. She lightly tapped a pencil against her chin, staring intently at the project. Suzu straightened up to look at the poster and stroked her chin. After a few seconds, her face brightened and she spoke up. It always came down to me whenever there was something to be named or titled. I was the master of and ending decision, even when I didn't want to be. Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't really want to choose sides, but if it were up to me, I would say, as we entered our name game, a giggle scrambled my thoughts. Huh? Who's that? I looked over my shoulder to see Lizette laughing with her circle of friends, mostly comprised of popular people. As a result, everyone in the school knew them. In the center of it all was Lizette White. She sat with a posture that indicated she was still working, but ready to casually chat about her day. She was an endearing balance of charismatic and awkward, which was readily apparent when she first talked to someone. It was easy to make her smile and laugh, and she was quite the comedian as well. Basically, she was perfect. Not she was like a robot or anything, but she was the student that everyone else wanted to be. Lizette was bright, easygoing, and above all, had her future laid out right in front of her. Unlike the average student, she knew what she wanted to do after high school. As a result, she was confident and ambitious, though sometimes it could rub a lot of people the wrong way. Moreover, I had known her ever since I was young, but it ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continued today. Of course, my friends knew what was between us, and upon seeing me glance at her, they shifted their attention to her.